Hello everybody, welcome to the Crew 2 Gator Rush first live stream. My name is Arnaud Frémont, you may already know me as Ubisoft, senior community developer, and I have the great pleasure to be here today once again with James Rees, the one and only.
The one and only, yes, thank you very much Arnaud. It's a pleasure to be here, James Rees, otherwise known as Gale, back again for, like Arnaud said, the first Gator Rush live stream, and we are joined by the one and only Julien. He's back. You saw him in one of our previous live streams, and he's here to give us some juicy information on some of the new content that's coming with Gator Rush.
My pleasure.
Welcome, Julien.
Thank you. I'm happy to be there with you, and hopefully we are going to see some good Gator Rush content.
Absolutely, that's the plan.
Why, hopefully. It's going to be amazing. So maybe just quickly, can you remind us what is your role in the dev team? Because some guys may already know you, but
so my role is I'm player experience director within the team, within the creative team at Ivory Tower Studio. So my role is to make sure that when you are playing the game, you are understanding what you are doing, you are comfortable, and I'm managing the playtest with my team to make sure that we have the feedback from player, the feedback from the community, and trying to improve all the time what we are doing. So all the live updates we are going to do is also part of that, making sure that we are polishing, updating, delivering more and better content all the time. That's
quite a huge task, but you're doing it pretty well, and that's why we are really excited today to showcase Gator Rush live.
Absolutely.
So maybe before we start, a quick overview of our today's menu.
Yes, absolutely. So as you can see on the beautiful render on the stream, we have quite a few fantastic things planned for you today. We're going to start off with a quick recap of what Gator Rush is, some of the things that are going to come, and then we're going to be delving into a little bit more detail about some of those elements. So we're going to look at the brand new discipline and new vehicle that's coming with Gator Rush, the Hovercraft, which is really, really exciting. We're going to be looking at some of the densification that we've done as well to the existing disciplines in the game. So we've added new events and new skills. We're going to be looking at a couple of those today. Moving on from that, we're going to be looking at a couple of the new features that we've added as well. The Ace mode, which is a brand new difficulty mode. Julian's going to give us some cool details on that a little bit later. And the legendary parts as well. So that's a new part rarity level that's been added with Gator Rush 2.
Cool. So we will have the chance once again to have Aurel playing for us today, and for you, of course. So he will be the expert, so don't blame him if he's hitting all the walls. Hovercraft is quite bouncy. So before starting, let's watch the Gamescom trailer, and then we go into it.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
you have it. So Gator Rush is the first free update that's coming to the Crew 2 on September 26th, as you just saw in that trailer. It's one of many that are going to be coming as well. If you haven't seen our post-launch vision trailer where we give you a little bit of a timeline about what's coming, do go and check it out because you'll be able to see it in context, see what the big plan is, the big picture for now. But yeah, September 26th is when Gator Rush is hitting.
Yes, absolutely. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox One X, PlayStation 4 Pro, and of course PC.
Yep. You play on Steam.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. Good job. It's well rehearsed.
So it will be available to all TC2 players for free at the same time, and you will be available from the very start to discover. You will have to do some requirements to be
so the Hovercraft,
level for some of them.
The Hovercraft is part of the off-road family, and you will unlock this new discipline at the star level. So it means that first you will have the rally red, the motocross, the rallycross, before discovering the Hovercraft. But you can still buy whenever you want an Hovercraft and enjoy your Hovercraft within all the playgrounds and all the things we dedicated to this new vehicle. Very bumpy, as you said, it's like bumper car, so it's quite fun, very different from all the disciplines we have already developed for the game.
So bouncy fun cocktail.
A cocktail, a tropical cocktail of bouncy fun.
Wow, there's the line.
Yeah.
You heard it first here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a tropical cocktail, a bouncy fun, or a bouncy fun, tropical cocktail. I'm not too sure which way around it was. Either way, it's going to be a good time. And you mentioned, obviously, a new discipline that comes with new vehicles that are ready for that discipline.
Yep.
We've got a selection of new hovercrafts coming. There'll be 5 hovercrafts in total, 4 new ones added with Gator Rush. And alongside that, there's also the Aerial Nomad that's joining the lineup too. And along with one of the hovercrafts, the XK Armored, the Aerial Nomad is one of 2 Season Pass vehicles. So it's going to be the September drop of vehicles that's arriving at the same time as Gator Rush. And like with previous vehicle drops, those 2 vehicles will be available in early access for our Season Pass holders. And then a week later, they'll be available. Pardon me. A week later, they'll be available. It's just I'm so emotional about it. It's such good content. A week later, they're going to be available for everyone else in the usual way.
Yeah, and if you already want to try the first version of the Hovercraft, there is already one in the game. But since this version, there's been a lot of improvement on the handling and on the way you drive the Hovercraft.
Yes, it's very different, and you will be able to, with the free update, to enjoy the event and the discipline. So we worked a lot and we improved all the handling elements we have on the already available Hovercraft. But we wanted, since the beginning, to have this new discipline because it's quite fun, and we were all playing with the ultimate vehicle from the freestyle family, the Hovercraft, and we wanted to deliver something around that. So the first update in the Bayou with Gator Rush is all about that.
Good stuff.
So I think we saw the Bayou quite a few times during the Gamescom time. We've seen a lot of video from us, from YouTubers, from players who were able to join us there. Today we want to show you some different stuff. So we will do one mission that we already saw at Gamescom. So it's the Glacier Park.
Yep.
And we also decided to show you a new playground, so the Chicago one. And we will discover this with Aurel.
Which is one of 3 playgrounds in total.
Absolutely.
So we've got the Bayou down in the south, which is that kind of tropical swampy feel that's really it's kind of a signature feel of Gator Rush. And then we've got the Western Lakes as well, something completely different, like beautiful lakes, mountains in the backdrop. Yeah, absolutely, a bit of variety for everything. And then obviously the brand new playground that you're going to see today for the first time.
So 3 different playgrounds and 10 events on all these playgrounds, and we wanted to make sure that the feeling and when you are playing Hovercraft was different from one playground to another. So the world team worked a lot on the world element to make sure that it was dedicated to this event. We'll see that. So make sure that all the bump elements are fun to play. So
good stuff.
Hopefully Aurel will drive well.
I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will. No pressure.
So we are continuing, Aurel. So maybe we can switch to gameplay now.
Let's have a look.
So I think Aurel is waiting for us in the house. Oh, yeah, it was watching the trailer once again.
Beautiful transition.
So the double helix.
So we already set one of the Hovercraft as favorites. And we are going to join the Glacier Park to start with. And
there we go.
It was the first one before.
Most people think of Hovercrafts as a military vehicle. But I think
so the Porsche will be for maybe a bit later.
Yeah, we don't have Porsche Hovercrafts just yet, sadly. Maybe at some point in the future that'd be nice.
Maybe if they create some of them.
He was playing initially with the Ultimate vehicle from the Freestyle family.
Yep.
Of course, if you earn the Ultimate vehicle from the Freestyle family, you will be able to play with it, and you don't need another vehicle to enter all Hovercraft even from Gator Rush.
Absolutely.
So let's join the starting grid and let's go. We're gonna let you enjoy a bit of the gameplay and do some comments when fits.
Yeah. And one thing that you'll be able to see straight away, there we go.
So that's a very good start.
He's letting the AI get ahead a little bit, you know, giving himself a little bit of extra challenge. And in fact, what this does allow us to see, and I'm sure that's why he did it, it was intentional, is a quick look at the lineup of hovercrafts that we've got coming. So you can see a few different types. The one in front of us is the XK Armored, if I'm not mistaken. Just
no,
there.
the Speedster.
So
the first one played by Aurel is the Double Helix.
Yes.
Just in front of him, it's the Speedster.
Okay.
It's the most powerful one. Thank you, Aurel.
Hello, Jasmine.
Then the Ultimate one.
The one just burned. Yeah.
Yeah. Then this one is the Season Pass one, the Armored,
Yep.
the XK Armored
XK
one.
Armored.
Then you have the Double Helix, and in the first position, I think, if I'm seeing well, no, it's still the Double Helix or the Speedster. And you have the last one is the Bumblebix.
Yes, the Bumblebix is a little bit smaller than the others, maybe
Absolutely.
a little bit more maneuverable.
So we worked to make sure that the feeling and for all the 5 different hovercraft within this discipline were very different. So from the handling elements,
Do not try too hard.
the handling elements, the feeling you have, the power of the hovercraft, and you can try all. They are all different, and I have my preference. I love the Bumblebix. But our player during playtest, their favorite one was a Double Helix.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see which ones come out on top when players start getting their hands on this. And I guess you can start seeing a little bit about why the gameplay is so unique as well. So obviously, it's a very kind of slippery, slidey feel.
Absolutely.
It can be quite challenging to get used to, I think.
It's
a bit of a learning curve when you start.
In fact, when you are taking the pad, it's quite easy to pick up.
Okay.
It's surprisingly easy, but if you want to master hovercraft, it's harder. I mean, the first event are quite easy because it's easy to pick up, you are sliding, and you are understanding and controlling your sliding effect. And then the first event are quite funny because you are bumping on everything. So it's like...
You're starting.
Yeah.
You
When
have
I
to
was
start
younger,
somewhere.
I loved bumper car, so it's funny. But then the challenge is increasing a lot, and you have to master your
Trajectory?
pass, the trajectory, and you pass with your vehicle, and play with the Nitro, as you can see, Aurel, when he's sliding, and then he's using the Nitro just to control the way he's choosing his pass within the event.
Gotcha.
Don't kill the animal. So it's less dangerous than in the bayou because you don't have alligator there.
That's very true.
Yeah, but if you have a bear, it's not that better. I mean, so the ending is something really different, and it has been tested a lot with players internally and externally too.
Yeah. A few
so
players got their hands on it as well at Gamescom.
Yeah.
Which is great. They seem to have a lot of fun. So we're really keen for it to be rolled out to everyone. See what people think. We got some loot popping there.
Yeah.
And we've got a quick question popping up in the chat about whether all the hovercraft types are real, like in real life. And I guess they're based on real designs maybe, but they're heavily modified for the game, I guess. They've got the Crew flavor applied to them quite
It's a
heavily.
proto band.
It's part of the proto brand within the game, so it's all Ivory Tower creation. So it could be inspired by what we saw and what we discovered when we went to Miami and pilot real hovercraft. But most of the time it's design made by people, so it's always a strange creation. We wanted to make sure that we have the variety and different element of what you think about when you are thinking about an hovercraft. What does it mean? So all these designs are inspired by real life hovercraft, but it's creation from our tower.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So I think we're done for this first event, so we can move to a new one. So it's something you haven't seen at Gamescom or nowhere at all.
No, it's not been shown yet. So this is a new race that we're showing off in public.
Yeah. So we can switch to the gameplay now. It's nighttime,
Here we go.
and we are in Chicago now.
Absolutely. Lake Michigan by night. It's the name of the event. So it's like an event with a forced weather and in night, during the night.
So it's a completely different atmosphere to
the feeling is
races that
absolutely. So in this playground you will have Chicago in the back, so you can see.
It's not the bayou anymore.
No, it's in the city, so it's a very different mood. It's not around the nature of the bayou or a beautiful lake with the view of the mountain and a blue lake. There it's more like the city in the back and with the game changer that with the night and to see the skyline of Chicago just behind the playground. So you can see when he's driving there, you can see the city. Thank you.
He's trying to show it
City
to you at the same time, but not that easy.
I personally really like the nighttime lighting that we've got on races like this. Same as in Jet Sprint really as well. It's got a really unique feel to it I really enjoy.
So all other events from the Hovercraft is like in the game you have the day and night cycle changing all the time, the weather system changing all the time, but we wanted to make sure that we had one event dedicated to that, dedicated to the night and playing with an Hovercraft during the night.
Good stuff.
So we didn't mention it, but it's obvious. The really different for Hovercraft is that you can play both on ground and on the water.
Yes.
It's basic stuff, but
very true.
It's changed a lot of stuff.
It's actually the first vehicle in the Crew 2 that does that as well. I mean, you obviously had the Ultimate Hovercraft before, but it's the first discipline that takes you both on land and on the water.
Absolutely.
And of course, it's working for free drive, so
Yep.
you can explore the world in a totally different way.
You want to head downtown New York in Hovercraft? You can. Absolutely. You want to head up a mountain in the Rockies in Hovercraft? You can.
You can do whatever
just
you want
saying,
in
you know.
Hovercraft.
You can try to do skills.
Yeah.
All the skills within the world with Hovercraft. You can.
Well, there you go.
Just try to have like the best score on the leaderboard.
As fast as hypercars, not sure.
No, but it's funny.
It's challenging, let's say.
It's got the fun factor.
Okay, so I think Owen is doing pretty well.
He was doing pretty well.
No. It seems that
I think you may have jinxed
we
it.
may have a USB cable issue. So he's trying to cope with that, but he's doing well.
So the yellow one is the Bumblebees. We were talking about the Bumblebees. So we have almost all the lineup on the screen. I'm going to try. Boom, boom.
Yes, time the road.
Uh-oh. Does not bode well. You got 30% left of the race. You can do this, Owen. I believe in you.
You can catch up. Go for it. Okay. So the city once again. You're trying.
A few sneaky shortcuts.
It's okay.
So it's you see that he's playing with the bumping element of the Hovercraft.
Yep.
So he's anticipating what he's going to do with the Hovercraft, and then to choose his path, and he can bump, and then use the nitro and to have that in the straight line, so he can catch up with the opponent. He can, or he's trying to.
It's trying to.
It's a crafty tactic.
So the speedster.
Let's see if it pays off.
But yeah, it's a different way to anticipate.
Exactly.
The turn, and you can have different ways to play. You can try to bump into things, into people, or you can just try to anticipate all the turns the best way possible.
The first player, when we presented that during playtest, the first reaction was, oh, it's going to be drifty, like the drift. I'm not good at drifting. And in fact, when they were playing that, it's like, oh, it's not as fast as was expecting. So I can control my drift element, and I can do. I can choose my 7, so it's not very good.
That's not that bad, Aurel, don't worry.
Where is your loot, Aurel?
There is no loot. So maybe we will showcase loot today. It may happen, I don't know. Oh, we're back to sunset.
There we go.
Okay, so we've showed you one new Hovercraft event, but something that we see a lot in the text, in the chat in Twitch, is will you add more content for existing events?
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's a perfect transition, so thank you very much, guys.
It is.
Because yes, with Gator Rush, we are not only adding new events for Hovercraft, new Hovercraft, but we will also enrich, densify the content you already have for things you like.
Yes. So we are adding events in 3 disciplines: the jet sprint discipline, the touring car discipline, and of course, hypercar. And
that's a good thing because players were really looking forward to have more content.
Absolutely.
On this one, and yes, we continue to improve AI. We continue to improve a lot of stuff, but don't worry, we will cover all this topic in 2 weeks' time. Because with the release of Gator Rush, we will of course introduce a new patch.
Yep.
And we have quite a few lines in this patch.
It's a pretty long patch, quite a few pages. It's a hefty one, and the focus on this stream today is to show you a bit about the new content that's being added, some of the new races, some of the densification that we've done as well, to go back to that post-launch vision, just adding more content that people love to play. And in the next stream, we're going to be taking a really much deeper look at the actual patch notes and things that have been addressed too.
So Aurel, I know it's not an Hovercraft anymore, so it's a little bit faster, so it's harder for you, I know that. So there it's a new event, a new hypercar event, so part of the Gator Rush update.
So
it's the White Hills, is it?
Absolutely.
Yep, exactly. White Hills, and it's part of the new hypercar design. We've seen a strange livery on your car. But that's okay.
Couple of little shout outs.
And as you can see, this event is a bit shorter than the other hypercar events.
Yes. So we wanted to have like within the main game, we have like a coast-to-coast hypercar event. Yep. We have long hypercar events. It's part of the experience we wanted to deliver at launch. But we also had feedback from players who wanted to have like shorter hypercar events with their beautiful, powerful car.
They want to play with those.
Exactly. So part of the event we are adding are shorter. More like a pure street race with very powerful. So Aurel, it's not good what you are doing.
He's trying to be a bit cheeky.
So exactly, he knows the path. So we wanted to have like a different feeling from what we delivered with the main game. So we are densifying the offer with the hypercar, but with a twist. I mean, not exactly the same event again. So it's a very different experience, or I would say feeling, mood.
Well, it's a bit of variety, isn't it, within the discipline?
Exactly.
I guess it keeps the DNA of the discipline all about racing these hypercars, these very fast, powerful cars through a variety of different landscapes. But we've got some shorter races for those who like those, and we've got some longer races for those who like longer races.
So it's not going to be like a 40 minutes race for this one. For this example, we are around like 5 minutes. So it's a 5 minutes hypercar event. Fast race with a very, very powerful monster.
Yep.
So it's basically if you want to enjoy some hypercar but you don't have a lot of time, you can pick this kind of mission, and they have all the fun that you expect from this kind of mission.
So he's playing with my favorite hypercar within the game.
Ah, the Spider? Porsche Spider?
The Porsche.
That's a good choice.
Yep.
Exactly.
Porsche.
The Spider.
Not as we say in French.
918.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's not saying it, but his car is at the maximum level.
Yeah, maybe cheating a bit because as we will introduce to you the legendary part system afterwards, you may have some of them already in this.
May have pimped out his car a little bit about that,
and yet
but that's okay.
is forced. But you know, it's really different when you play live. You have to showcase people. It's not that easy.
Exactly. Alrighty, coming into the final stretch for the race. Final 10%. See whether you can get ahead.
Does your objective was to win?
Sorry?
Objective of this event was to win?
Yeah. Of all events.
Yeah, Aurel?
There we go. It was a good finish.
Yeah.
It's a place on the podium. It's a place on the podium.
Not bad, but...
Well, not meeting the objective, but it's still a place on the podium. So yeah, we are presenting Gator Rush for the ones that are joining us. Gator Rush, as you may already have seen, is part of our post-launch vision. It's the first pre-update that will be available to all the Crew 2 players and available in 2 weeks now.
It is, yeah. September 26th on all platforms. And
now we are moving to another new event.
Absolutely.
Because we have new hypercar events, but we have also new jet sprint
events. Yeah.
So let's go to Dakota Storm X events.
So back up in the north of the map, bit of a change of scenery. Let's go. There we go.
Okay, this time we go for the basic jet sprint vehicle.
We have to keep the challenge alive.
Well, you may already have some legendary parts. I'm not sure.
So we were talking about the variety we are introducing with the Hovercraft.
Yep.
And there you have like the perfect example, very fast hypercar race, and then a very reactive boat jet sprint. And of course the Hovercraft that is very drifty and all the bumping elements. So it's what we want to achieve: diversity and fun on all discipline and diversity. No, Aurel, you are not allowed to do that. So you saw that. I can explain it.
Yeah, it's not
there is a reason why it exists. So it's a development version, and when we have like playtesting the game, we are allowing players to put this feedback all the time, and then after that we are
analyze all this
exactly, and they can explain why it was good or confusing or bad.
Yeah, as we explained in the previous video with Luca, one of your team members, we are organizing on a regular basis some playtests here at the studio and also in other studios. And yeah, the idea is to playtest in advance this kind of content.
Absolutely.
And gather feedback on the go, continue to improve based on this feedback.
Absolutely. So absolutely. Luca is in charge of all the playtests we are conducting at our studio. And we have players. We are doing a playtest for the Crew 2 in Paris, in the studio, or in Toronto, for example. And the playtest lab we worked with for the Crew 2 to make sure that we don't have only French players coming to the studio in Lyon, but we have people from everywhere in the world. So Luca is managing that on our side, and we are making sure that all the elements are playtested in advance. And we have people dedicated to like their job. They can interact with people coming. They can look at people playing, and it's a fast way to iterate when you are developing a thing. You are seeing a player doing something, and sometimes he doesn't understand it, he doesn't like it, or you are just seeing it in real. So
it's more dynamic.
It's more dynamic.
Sometimes it's not happening the way you were expecting it to
exactly.
be. But
exactly. It's like fact. You are seeing it, and it's better. So
it is.
Aurel sometimes comes to the playtest room and is looking at the player playing what he did in the game.
Oh, he's now playing with the first-person view in jet sprints, and it's something that I've never been able to properly pull off because it all.
Really?
Well, I prefer playing in third person anyway. I like to be able to see the vehicle. I like to be able to see more of what's going on around me, and I find that especially for vehicles that change direction very quickly and that are really fast-paced, like the jet sprint boats. Yeah.
It's funny, for me it depends.
It's
when I'm in a boat, the jet sprint or the power boat, I'm always in first person.
Oh yeah?
For the bike, always in first person. For the car, hypercar, I want to see my car.
Yeah, that makes sense. Car. I mean, powerboat, I like first-person view because I like to see the water
and the feeling
coming back. Yeah, absolutely.
I like the first person because you have a really, really small window. Trying to anticipate.
It's only for the vector.
Yeah, but I'm playing with this one, so.
And across the finish line, there we go.
Woo!
Okay.
You crashed.
There's that green tick. We've got the green ticks back. Nice to see those.
Did it.
And the loot.
Okay, so some more loot, but no, still blue and no.
Well, on the topic of loot, maybe it's about time that we looked at something that's going to maybe award us some of those shiny new parts that we're going to be releasing with Gator Rush, some of those new legendary parts. So I suggest that we move on to the next type. There we go. Yeah, shiny. Okay. That's the definition of shiny right there. Look at all those.
That's a lot of shiny.
Beautiful affixes.
So there is on the hypercar I just played with. So as you can see, you have like the blue parts, the grey part, the green part, the blue part, the purple part, and of course the new one, the legendary part, the yellow part.
The gold one.
The gold one. Not the yellow. You're right. The best reward, the gold part.
It's is it common, uncommon?
Yes.
And then we've got rare, epic, and now legendary parts.
Perfect.
Is that right?
Exactly.
Ah man,
you won.
All that revision paid off. I'm so happy.
Yeah, exactly. For the live stream.
So as you can see there, it's already a maximum parts. The green one, you don't have affix. Can you go back, Aurel, please? The green one, you don't have affix.
Yep.
For the blue one, you have one affix.
Yep.
The purple one, two affix.
Yep.
And then with the gold one, you have two affix plus a set bonus.
So just as a recap for those who might not have played the Crew 2 that much and aren't as familiar with affixes, these are the perks that are attached to parts, as you've just described, and they give you bonuses to performance.
Exactly. So as you can see, we are adding a feature with Gator Rush. If he's pushing one button, you can see the perf or the affix. So with one button, you can switch, or you can switch with RT. Switch from the vehicle level or again the affix modification. So if he's browsing all the parts he has, he will be able to see impacts on all affix he already has. So go back to the affix impact. Thank you. So there, this part is impacting frenetic and lucky.
Okay, so it's highlighted up there on the right.
Exactly.
So you can see exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Frenetic, so nitro power increases, and lucky, of course, increases the loot, the quality of the loot is going to get. So all affix are there and the percentage modification.
And you saw the set bonus there as well.
Let's go back to
exactly. So you can click on the part. Then if he's selecting the purple one first, no, the purple, go, So you'll see impact of if he's changing, he's equipping the purple one. So just roll over the yellow one, the gold one, not equip it. And it will see impact. So there is going to earn drag bump, but it's going to lose popular. Okay,
so
equip it.
A quick way to see how the stats.
Exactly. So you can see in one quite easily all the impact of all affixes you are earning within the game.
Okay.
And of course, for those you have there, you are in a situation where you have everything.
Yeah. And you mentioned a set bonus earlier on, so we can see over there on the right. Could you maybe tell us a little bit more about those?
So we have 5 different set bonus you can have. You need to earn all yellow parts with the same set bonus to have a set bonus that is active.
So that's 7 parts.
Exactly. You have 7 parts, and you need to have like the same set bonus for the 7 parts of your vehicle.
Okay.
So just put the details, please. The one you want, just to give an example. This one,
there we go.
The score breaker. So the name of the affix, the set bonus is the score breaker. So you need to earn 7 parts there to active the score breaker. The score breaker is going to multiply points in skills by 2. It means that as soon as you have like a build with a set bonus that is active on your vehicle, you will be able to break all the skills in the game because you want to play again all skills of the game to make sure that you will be able to improve all your score.
These are breaking records, not breaking the actual skills. Obviously, that would be,
Yeah, yeah.
that would be
Breaking
bad.
records.
We're breaking records here, not breaking
Breaking
games. That's what we
records
do.
from your friends,
Or from
not
the
breaking your friends. Okay. Of course.
That's how competitive.
So another example is going to be like the Nitro Chemist.
Yep.
So the Nitro Chemist is allowing you to refilling your nitro gauge faster.
Yep.
Multiplied by per two. So it means that again you are able to do all events from the game to replay all these events with this game changer and to be better in all these events and to break records.
So here we have it.
Exactly.
On the drag race. Yeah, definitely.
So there again, sorry, go to the Nitro Chemist. Then he has like 2 among the 7 parts. So you need 5 additional parts to have the set bonus active.
Okay, so now we have more information about the new Rarity loot. But how can we get it?
So
one of the best ways.
So you can play an event on normal mode. You can have a very small chance of earning this
you may have
very
to play
beautiful
a lot of regular.
Yeah.
You
Depends
can
how
be
much time
lucky.
you have on your hands.
I'm lucky. Or you can play on hard mode, and you have a better chance to earn this. And if you want to make almost sure to have this part, you need to play the ace mode. So the best reward for the most difficult difficulty level.
Oh, hey, Julien, that sounds ace. What's ace mode?
Ace mode.
Excellent transition.
So ace mode
no.
is a new difficulty level we are adding within the game. So you have all events in normal, in hard mode in the main game. And we are adding the ace mode for all events of the game. The new one, but all events of the game. So more than 120 events will from the main game will have the ace mode. So ace mode is like the maximum difficulty level. So for example, in a race, in a street race, it means that all AI will be with a max level.
Okay.
Their pass
it's a
will be a
challenge.
little bit different.
Certainly is.
No mercy. You
No
need
mercy.
to be the best.
No quarter, no surrender. No retreat, no surrender. I love those films.
Yeah, you can try. I mean, it's not easy. So,
Well, in fact,
sorry.
oh, sorry.
No. For example,
Please,
in the drift
continue.
or for a drift, it's a score. The
Yeah.
score is higher, so
Okay.
you need to have like the affix already equipped
Yep.
if you want to make sure that you can reach the objective.
Okay. So it's basically the race conditions that are harder. So if you're racing against
Absolutely.
AI, they will be tougher. If you're racing to beat a score, it'll be higher. And if you've got to beat a time, the time will be lower. So you have
Perfect.
to beat a lower time. Yeah?
Perfect.
So good.
So this is
Okay.
a difficult balancing between existing difficulty modes, something that we reviewed since the launch. We continue to improve. We keep it for the launch live stream. But of course, if you want to play the ace mode, you will have to go through the normal way. So first you do the normal difficulty,
Yes.
then the difficult, the hard mode,
Yep.
and
Yes.
then you unlock the ace mode for
Absolutely.
the specific events.
Exactly.
Cool.
I mean, to make sure that your first contact is not the ace mode.
Yes.
Yeah, it can be a bit challenging for new players.
Well, shall we maybe give them a bit of a taste of what ace mode looks like then?
So we've shown you a portion of the new Jet Sprint Hypercar events.
Yeah.
So now we can move to the third one, which is the
Touring.
car.
Yes.
So OL, let's go to Golden Hills Every Zone Track Touring.
That was it there.
Yeah,
That's
this
the one.
Below.
No.
Just en dessous.
No.
En dessous.
No.
Bleu.
No. So yellow,
It's
Jonathan.
below the
Streets.
gas.
blue,
There it
pro
is.
racing.
So are fixes coming in this update? Yes. Wait for the next live stream in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
We'll go through the patch notes and we will publish it certainly a bit before the actual release.
Probably, yeah, absolutely. So you'll have the physical copy you can read, and then we'll go through it as well for some extra details in the live stream to explain a few bits and pieces to you. But it's what, like over 10 pages long or something like that. It's a big patch notes, so there's a lot of stuff to chat about.
So are
I have
we
in
in
front of
ace
me.
difficulty now?
It's long. So there we are in ace mode. Your vehicle is max. No, not ace mode yet. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna have to unlock ace mode first, as we mentioned, so we'll quickly beat the AI on this difficulty.
No.
Okay. There we go.
Yes.
Yep. So we're gonna make the process a little bit faster. We're going to use some of the magician cheats that we have on the back end to be able to advance progression.
Yeah, I have a dance, a strange dance.
You don't see anything.
No, not a robot dance.
No, but okay, so maybe we can take this opportunity to just a quick reminder about Gator Rush.
Sure.
So we said new discipline, Hovercraft,
Absolutely.
with new vehicles,
Yeah.
2 are included in the season pass,
Yes.
so 1 Hovercraft and the Ariel Nomad.
Yes.
We have 10 events for the Hovercraft.
Mm-hmm.
We have 10 new events split between hypercar, touring car, and a sprint.
Absolutely.
1 new live extreme series
Yes, sir.
that you may already have seen in the Gamescom demo.
Yes.
We have more. We have
new
more.
skills as well.
New skills.
New skills, of
Yep.
course.
More. We have more.
And more, and more. Yeah, of
And
course.
even more.
We have new feature, new content.
Yeah, a new IT level, the new difficulty mode, and finally the new photo set. So you will
Yeah.
be able, with your Hovercraft, to have like a photo quest, so photo op. You can do it in the game. So, for example, we have one. You need to explore the world and find a train, and to have a picture with your train in front of the Hovercraft. So we have picture, the fun picture with the Hovercraft. So dedicated to this discipline.
Yep.
A new photo op.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we should be able to join the race in Ace mode. So we can
There we
switch
go.
back.
So we
you can
have
see
like
the cards there.
exactly. So you have the visual from the events. You can see when you are in Ace mode, all the visuals from all events of the game are in gold.
All the tickets, we call them tickets.
Tickets.
Here.
Okay, so all the
All in
tickets are in gold. Exactly. You know that for the pilot, best pilot.
So Aurel is maxed out. Keep
Exactly.
command.
But then again, so are the other AI as well. So it should be an even competition. You can actually see. So in the last race, when he started off, he was able to overtake the AI quite quickly. Here you can see that there's immediately a difference in vehicle level. The acceleration's faster. As soon as they're out of the corners, they start tearing up the lane. Just got to work on those angles. We've got Victor and Dano just in front of us. Fast. And the other AI is so far ahead that we can't even see their name.
Thank you very much.
So definitely a high level of challenge here, you can see. I mean, look at the speed there.
And they are bumping into each other to make sure
Sorry.
they keep in first position.
Definitely playful, definitely challenging. So I think a lot of Ace mode is going to come down to knowledge of the race as well. It's taking those angles perfectly. It's knowing exactly when to step on that acceleration. It's having the right legendary sets. Yeah, exactly. It's having the right legendary sets equipped as well.
Exactly. Exactly. It's exactly that. I mean, the objective is to make sure that okay, there we wanted to have like the fastest AI possible, and if you are touching something, you have a sanction. I mean, you are behind all the time. So it means you need not to be perfect, but you need to master the line to make sure that your vehicle is max before entering an Ace mode event.
And you adapt your perks to the appropriate one.
Yes.
For the display.
Exactly. Exactly. And you need to fight. I mean, for the drift events, it's going to be like a very high score, meaning that you need to have like all the affix modifying the combo and then the points you are earning in this discipline.
In fact, if you wanted some extra information about which affixes and which settings to use on drift events, I think Racemaster Dave has actually made a video on his channel that gives some suggestions as to how to do that to get some good scores. So definitely go check it out. I think he's in the chat as well, so you'll be able to find his name in there somewhere. And yeah, he's already created a video on that. Definitely check it out to get some tips.
And it will be even more important or meaningful with the new bonus
Yep,
set.
absolutely.
Almost, Aurel. So it's like the signature.
Yeah, it's Aurel.
You need to do that when you win.
The signature 360.
When you win, it's impressive.
We were supposed to show you how you may get some legendary loot.
You have to beat the race to do that though, and as you can see, it's very challenging. It's definitely a step up on the levels of difficulties we had before, and we're really excited to see how you guys get on with it, because there are some seriously good players out there, and I think that this is going to give them a proper run for their money.
Yeah. In addition to the AI fixes,
Yep.
you have a new big challenge ahead.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure that Julien had some pretty good score in Drift now.
Me?
Yeah, with that fixes.
You've been practicing. I hear. Word is it? Word on the street
can't
is
say that.
that, you know.
For the Ivory leaderboard.
No. Within the Ivory leaderboard, I would say I'm not bad in street race, in motocross, in powerboats, in air race, but not so good in drifts. It's not like I'm not.
So you got to try.
I'm trying, but like people within the team, within the creative that are better. We have champions of drift within the team.
So maybe we can challenge them at some point on live stream. Okay, I think we've seen pretty much everything we wanted to cover for this specific live stream. So this was
Absolutely.
the first one for Gator Rush. We will come back in 2 weeks' time.
Yep.
So with the actual release of Gator Rush, so we will show you more content, maybe some more hypercar, maybe some more touring.
Absolutely.
No show for now.
No.
We will for sure go through the patch notes
Yep.
and make sure that the highlights are super clear.
Absolutely. Lots of good fixes in there. There's a lot of modifications being made. I saw a quick question about the garage not saving bug, for instance. That's in there. So
Okay, so James already spoiled
Yeah.
stuff.
small spoiler. Don't worry. It's one tiny spoiler in the 11 pages of patch notes that we have to present. So yeah, there's some good stuff in there. You'll definitely want to tune in and see what it is we fix, and have a read on the website afterwards when it is up.
Cool. So to wrap up, the Crew 2 Gator Rush, available September 26th.
Absolutely.
For
Our
free.
live stream for free for all players on all platforms at the same time. Our live stream will be on the 25th, the day before, the evening of, on this same channel. So subscribe so you can see the notifications pop when we do announce it. And maybe a final reminder as well about a certain program you may have heard of, the rewards program, that is actually finishing soon. It's been a hell of a run. It's been up and running for a while, and the rewards program, for those who didn't know, was our way of saying a huge thank you to all of those who've played the Crew 1, who spent a huge amount of time there, who've unlocked achievements, who've completely finished the game, and basically for completing certain awards, we were rewarding those players with cars and other types of vehicles in the Crew 2. Now, the end date for that program, so the final date before which you can purchase the Crew 2 to redeem your rewards in the game, is 1 week, only 1 week after the release of Gator Rush. So that's the first week of October.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we will.
I can't remember the exact date. We'll have to, we'll give some more details about that very quickly. But heads up for those of you who didn't know when that finishes, it's coming up very quickly, only a few weeks left. So remember to redeem your vehicles in the game before then.
But we already seen quite a lot of players who unlocked them.
We have.
Because some of you completed a lot of awards in the Crew 1.
Absolutely.
And don't forget that even if you play the Crew 1 just a bit, you can unlock one vehicle just by having launched the game.
Absolutely. The Ferrari,
LaFerrari.
The Ferrari, no. The F428. The F428. So we're getting.
Okay, studio. Yeah.
We're getting the names a little bit mixed up here, but it's a really nice Ferrari.
So
LaFerrari. You know
LaFerrari is the iconic.
It is the Icon 600 unlock for TC2.
Exclusive to
There are
Korea.
458. There we go. Thank you, chat, for correcting that. Members of our pit crew coming through straight away and giving us the right name. It's the Ferrari 458 that's available for all players who just own the Crew 1. So even if you haven't completed everything there is to do in there, you're still getting a thanks from us for just being part of the journey, really, being part of the Crew family.
Yeah, because you spend a lot of time in the game, so now you're moving to the Q2, and it's normal that you have stuff that, well, you deserve them.
That's it. Absolutely.
So see you guys in 2 weeks' time for the patch notes for the release. We can't wait to give you more updates about everything you discussed on the chat. Is it fixed? Is it fixed? Is it fixed?
Absolutely.
We're really excited.
There's definitely no vodka in the bottle, Racemaster Dave. That's just me getting the numbers mixed up. Don't worry.
Next week we have a surprise guest on the live stream because we will be hosting directly somebody from the community on this
We will,
stage.
absolutely. Black Lotus. So those of you who are part of the crew Discord probably know him very well because he's the one who set that up and manages it all. Black Lotus will be hosting his stream next week on Tuesday. That's September 18th. At 6 p.m. CEST, so that's Paris time.
Let's say.
Paris time, Breezy, yep. And I hear he's got some pretty fantastic stuff planned, so do drop by either on his channel directly to show him some love, or feel free to watch it here on this channel as well. It's going to be good fun, absolutely.
Yeah. And don't worry, we will remind you on our official channels.
We will, yeah.
We'll
push some reminders, absolutely.
Cool. Thank you very much, guys, for showing us
Thank
today.
you for all those fantastic insights, Julien. It's been great having you back.
We can't wait to
I enjoy it every
once
time
again.
so much.
Me too.
Good.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today. That was the first Gator Rush live preview.
Absolutely.
We can't wait to show you more. Once again, thanks a lot to all people helping us with this live stream. We'll not be able to do them without them. And thanks to Aurel, our amazing player.
Yeah,
he's not even ashamed, so it's coming.
Shameless.
And yeah.
That about wraps things up. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next week for Black Lotus's stream, and in 2 weeks for part 2 of our Gator Rush reveal with
live from Ivory Tower.
Live from Ivory Tower, absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll see you then.
See you, everybody.
Take care. See you then.
The year was 1970. For the first time, Dodge introduced the Challenger RT. It was the dream car for most Americans. The Challenger was a late response to the release of the Mustang and the Camaro. But still, it was the pony of all pony cars. The Challenger was also named the sports car, with a big difference. At the time, Detroit was no longer the center of the automotive world. The Packard Motor Car Company was left in the past. But that didn't stop Dodge from keeping the spirit of their creators, Dodge Brothers. They wanted to go even further. In 2014, they raised the bar even higher. The new 2015 Dodge Challenger Hellcat. More power than ever before. 6.2-liter V8 Hemi engine, 707 horsepower. Domestic, not domesticated.